somebody else who stayed consistent, had a rough patch very early on in the heat, but rallied and finds herself running onto the podium here. Stefanie Flippin, the heart of a champion, last year's champion at this race, at the USATF 100-mile road distance, did not give up, did not surrender, found a way to piece it together, pick up the pieces, put them together, keep it moving forward. So here she is, working her way towards the finish line to round out this ladies' podium.
Yeah, and given where the state she was in early on in the race, for Stefanie to be able to regroup and rebound and come away with a third-place finish here at the USATF 100-mile championships here at Jackpot Ultras, truly amazing. When things aren't going well, sometimes it's easy to maybe lose confidence and lose faith, but instead of doing so, she just kept pushing forward, troubleshooted the issues, and has found her way back onto the podium.
Yeah, and you could see the lights in the distance getting a little bit closer. Last year at this race, she did run what was at the time the course record in 14:35:20. She finds herself pretty close to that yet again, even with having to troubleshoot some pretty significant issues in the middle of the day today. So got about 3 or so minutes to try to bring it in to set a new course PR, but I think no matter what, she should feel proud and accomplished of what she has done here today.
Yeah, just a truly incredible run, and again, showing us a lot more about her as a person and an athlete than just how fast she is. Sometimes when you're faced with those tough moments, that's when you learn the most about yourself, and for her to find herself in one of those challenging situations and to be able to come out the other end and to still be able to find her way onto the podium, I think is amazing.
And she's still moving pretty well, all things considered. So
yeah, no, she's definitely still looking really good, moving really strong, and yeah, she's gonna find her way onto the podium here.
Nothing wrong with that. The Colorado resident dropping down a couple thousand feet and working her way towards the finish line here at the Jackpot Ultra Running Festival. And a good day for Hoka on the women's side. They'll have the entire podium, so I think some team rep somewhere is going to be quite pleased with how today has gone. On the men's side, a bit more all over the place.
Yeah, we had a unsponsored athlete in relation to footwear sponsors in Arwen Glick. We had a Scott-sponsored athlete with Alex Nichols. And then we had the ultra-sponsored athlete in Mark Hammond. And here we have the Hoka-sponsored athlete, Stefanie Flippin, your 2021 USATF 100-mile champion. She is going to be your third-place finisher here at the 2022 running of this event. What an incredible performance for Stefanie as she rounds out your ladies' podiums here at the 2022 USATF 100-mile championship.
And if our clock is still just a little too fast, might have come away with just a few seconds course PR here. So shout out to Stefanie for absolutely on beast mode.
Ooh, that was a route. I was ready to drop.
Great job.
38. Thank you so much. the cheers out there.
Congratulations. Thank you.
I'm probably most proud of that. I was ready to call it. I
Yeah.
feel like Jake kept seeing me and being like, the ultimate dimension. Yes. Good job. Thanks. That was rally. Yeah, sure. I'm glad I didn't give up.
Yeah. It's good for me.
I'm just coming.
Yeah.
Quiet, man. Honestly, I feel pretty good. My quads are like sore. It's this all thing.
Yeah.
Definitely proud for fighting for it. I'm also glad that I didn't have to prepare for this. I was like, just want to slow down this week. Like, for once, God, just let me like have this. Thanks. I'm proud of you. Thanks. I really was ready to like call it.
You rallied really hard in the second half. Like I mentioned, I actually came over to ask when I was, doing the live stream, like, what happened? Like, she looks like a completely different person. 60 miles forward, you look great. So.
I fought hard to get through it. Better words, which is yeah. Okay. Awesome. I know. Well, I think last year we were like on your floor is Thursday, like this is how I have my worst like.
Yeah, you fought through a lot of adversity, and I'm proud of that. Even if, like, in hundreds, that's not much. It's like sometimes you take a step forward, you take a step back, and it gets you fired.
Yeah.
Way
Yeah.
forward,
I have no regrets. I'm really, really glad I stuck with it. I was really nervous. I was like, dude, you never gave up. Considering yeah, that's your bad. Yeah, baby.
She's only a few seconds off of last year's time, if that.
Oh,
Yeah.
She can't.
It was literally like down to the seconds because I looked and it was like 14:32. I don't know if she finished ahead or behind, but if it wasn't as fast as last year, it was real close, like within a minute.
You know what? I think I always forgot about
seriously.
Stop looking it up.
Oh, that's
I mean, I can laugh.
So do we have an official time on Stefanie here yet, Skylar?
That is what I am trying to pull up. It does not look like it has refreshed just yet. We do know it did come down to just a matter of seconds.
Yeah, and again, you could hear her chatting there with her friends and crew and everything like that. She was ready to call it a day at one point during the race and was able to regroup and get back out there and have herself a really incredible run.
You really have to go. Yeah.
You both look pretty good considering. I know you probably don't feel as good. You both know it's on a hill, but you look pretty good.
Starting to bottom. It actually feels fine now.
You're healing out. Same spot.
Sounds like, do you have an official time there, Skylar?
Indeed. Well, officially unofficial. 14:34.51 for Stefanie. So taking about 30 seconds or so off of her time from last year. She ran 14:35.20. So yeah, so about 29 seconds off of her time from last year.